Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about packaging and shipping your artwork. Great news, you've set up an Etsy store, you've made some sales, you've gotten paid, and now it's time to fulfill those orders. Packaging and shipping are little areas of selling your work online that aren't super glamorous, but they are very important because that's how the clients get their work. So there's a couple things to keep in mind. You want your packaging to be durable, so the prints get there in good shape and on time. You want it to be economical, so you're not spending a lot of money on packing materials. That's less money you get to put in your bank account. And you want it to be efficient. You don't want to be spending a lot of time fulfilling orders, or you lose time creating new work. So there's a couple of little tricks I've learned over the years to put together a nice looking package relatively inexpensively and relatively quickly. So there's a couple of materials that you're going to need first to do this. An X-Acto knife and a metal ruler to cut your cardboard. I use leftover blades that are too dull to sharpen pencils anymore, but they're still plenty sharp enough to cut cardboard and paper. You'll need a black Sharpie to address your packaging and a roll of packing tape to put everything together. You're going to need some paperwork, return labels, packing slips, and customs forms if you're shipping internationally. We're going to go through all of these as we go. And of course you need packing material. I use cardboard because it's pretty cheap and it's easy to find. A trip to your local grocery store will usually yield plenty of leftover boxes. If you just ask one of the employees, chances are they'll be more than happy to share empty boxes with you. But do ask, because sometimes those boxes need to be sent back to the vendors. But most of the time, they're happy to give them to you. If you can't get them there, a trip to Walmart or Lowe's will get you some large moving boxes. They cost a couple of bucks, but you get a lot of pieces of cardboard out of them, and it's good, clean, durable cardboard. So that's another option you can use. I do both. So today for our tutorial, we're going to use an 8.5 by 11 print of the armor and my new Ahsoka Tano collection. This is an actual order I'm going to be packaging up and getting ready to ship. So let's start the tutorial. So let's get started. I've started by cutting my cardboard down to just larger than the largest piece that I'm mailing. So the armor piece is 8.5 by 11. So I've cut the cardboard down to 9 by 11.5, which is a 1/4 inch wider than the piece. You don't want it to go right to the edge because then the tape may get on the piece and it could stick to it. So I give it a little room, but again, you don't want to make it too large because the larger it is, the more it's going to cost to ship. So I've got the cardboard cut down. I'm going to start by doing a simple hinge tape on the bottom long edge. Like that, press it down, flip it over, press that down. So now we just got a clamshell, and it's going to hold your artwork in. So go ahead and put the artwork in, close it down. Now before I ship an order out, I like to include a personal note. This is the packing slip that I showed you earlier. I designed this in InDesign and printed them out at my local FedEx office store very cheaply. It lists the prints that are shipping, the size, and the price. And then I like to include a little personal note. Not only is it a chance to say thank you, but it's an opportunity to direct people to my Instagram page, back to my Etsy store, so they've got that for reference if they want to visit again. So that's ready to go in. Put that in there. Now we're going to tape up the rest of the package. So just like we did with the bottom edge, we're going to do a simple hinge edge at the top. Press that down, flip it over, pull that nice and tight and press it down. Now on the small edges, it's going to be a little different. We want to measure the tape out about 1 inch longer than the packaging. Center it and press it down. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to come down about 1/4 inch from the edge of the packaging and slice the tape. Pull it over, press that down. Same thing on the other side. 1/4 inch down, slice, pull it over, press it down. Then just like before, pull it up, press it down, turn it over, and now you've got these little tabs here. But because you gave it that 1/4 of an inch, the tabs line up with the top of the packaging. So the corners are nice and clean and there's no overhang. It looks great. Same thing for the other side. Give it an inch on each side. 1/4 of an inch away, slice the tape. 1/4 of an inch, slice the tape. Pull those tabs down. And there you go. All 4 edges are nice and sealed up. There's no gap, so no liquid can get it in. So now I've got 2 labels that I put on that I just got printed at Vistaprint very inexpensively. My name and return address. So I'll peel one of those off, put it in the top corner. This is just a little reminder label for the postal workers that there's artwork inside and it shouldn't be bent when it's put in the box. So I'll peel one of those off and put it at the bottom. And now it's just ready to address. And since it's an actual order, I'm not actually going to write the address on there to protect my client's privacy, but you just write the address right here. Now, if you're shipping internationally, this is a customs form. My advice is to pick up a handful of these at the post office so you don't have to fill them out at the post office. You can bring them home with you and fill them out ahead of time. It's not super long, but there is a lot of information. So filling it out at the post office is going to waste a lot of time. So you've got a place for your name, your client's name and address, detailed description. You've got to fill out some stuff over here and sign and date. So you only need that if you're shipping internationally. So there you go. Package is ready to go. So that's it. You've got a nice, professional, durable package that's ready to take to the post office and get to your client. You're going to want to ship it first class because first class shipping comes with a tracking number, which customers find very helpful. First class shipping in the US will probably run you between $3.50 and $5, depending on the exact size, weight, and destination. If you're shipping internationally, though, it'll probably run you between $15 and $20. So you want to take those expenses into account when you decide how much you want to charge your customers for shipping. Again, guys, this isn't the most glamorous part of running your online art store, but it's important to get it right because it adds to the customer experience, and bottom line is it adds to your brand and your reputation. So I hope this helped. I'll have more tips like this along with technique videos and behind the scenes videos coming soon. Tell me in the comments below what you'd like to see in future videos, and do subscribe so you don't miss anything. Now go draw something.